Boa noite. Thanks to everyone in attendance for being here for UFC Fortaleza. The attendance tonight was 10,040. And we're going to do 4 performance bonuses this evening to Aldo Oliveira, Johnny Walker, and Moraes. I'd like to say thank you to a number of people and a number of groups that helped make this evening possible. The Secretary, Security's Office, all security forces in the state of Ceará, National Security Forces, the Sports Secretary's Office, the City of Fortaleza, and Arena CFO. Happy to take some questions from the audience at your convenience.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello. First off, we knew reportedly there were some concerns about safety here in Fortaleza. So my first question is, was there ever any serious thought about maybe pulling the card from here? And what did you guys do to address those concerns?
I mean, for every city that we go to, there's an extensive amount of planning that's done. In this particular instance, we did our homework, we did our due diligence, we spent time working with those aforementioned groups that I mentioned, the Security Secretary's Office, the National Security Forces. We wanted to make sure that, to uphold our principle of safety is our primary concern for not only our athletes and our staff and our fans. We wanted to make sure that the event could run without a hitch, and we did that homework and concluded that this was the event that needed to go on.
And speaking of the future here in Brazil, I mean, there's a lot of speculation. We have been hearing a lot about Curitiba. Now we're hearing it about Amanda and Holly Holm. So what can you confirm to us of what's planned for Brazil this year?
Yeah, I mean, we sort of read the blogs and the news sites. We know that there's a number of rumors flying around. At this point, there's really nothing to confirm. We have a number of options for an event later on this year in Brazil. We are going to come back with a pay-per-view and a fight night, so 2 more events this year in Brazil. For a stadium event, we need to have all the different variables line up properly. There's a lot of work that needs to go into it, a huge amount of production costs, and quite frankly, we have to sell a lot of tickets. And for us to sell a lot of tickets, we need a fight card that is compelling and means a lot to the fans. And we're not going to do this in a haphazard manner. We want to make sure it's done perfectly, and so I think we'll have some news on the next event in maybe the next 2 weeks, but for now there's really nothing to report.
Sure. Of course, you talk about the safety issues and all the preparation you guys had, and overall, how would you rate the event, the fight week? Everything went the way you expected, the way UFC expected?
Yeah, it went really smoothly. Tonight was unbelievable. Tonight, I mean, it was as exciting as any other card that I've experienced here in Brazil. I mean, 10 Brazilians got their hand raised. I know there were several events that had multiple Brazilians in them. To us, that's a testament to the quality and the level of aptitude of Brazilian MMA. This is not necessarily a fluke that these fights have come together. You look at the co-main event and the main event, both with Brazilians in them. Again, this underscores the high level of quality of Brazilian MMA, and we're thrilled. The card itself was amazing. Fight week ran very, very smoothly. The Hotel Grand Marquis was great, and all of our different fan events and different activations over the course of the week went smoothly. So yeah, we're very, very excited about how the event went, and we will always look to Fortaleza as a potential site for a UFC live event.
Before the fight, Jose Aldo talked a lot about retiring, and this is his last year.
Sorry, he talked about what?
Retiring, and this
Retiring,
is his last year in the MMA. Do you think the UFC should push for him to stick around for a while after tonight's performance?
Yeah, well, I'm not really sure if it's really in our position to push him to stick around. I think what's clear is that when a fighter knows that it's time to retire, it's time to retire. And I think that's true in all sports. If there's a hockey player that thinks they should hang up the skates, it's done. If it's a football player that it's time for them to move on to the next stage of their career, then we should acquiesce. We should let them. I think in his case, what we can celebrate is the body of work and the contribution that he's made, not only to Brazilian MMA, but to the UFC and mixed martial arts globally. The guy is a legend, and he's done so much to build and grow the sport. If he's suggesting it's time to retire, then it's time to retire, and that's something that we would obviously respect. Any other questions? Okay. Thank you very much, Fortaleza.